The Assassin's Creed franchise is a series of games rated M or higher, so you won't be seeing them reviewed here on GGSP. But they are well known for their detailed recreations of historical locations.
And now, publisher Ubisoft has decided to take some of these worlds, in this case ancient Egypt, and turn it into a family-friendly exploration experience.
To the pyramids!
The smooth-faced pyramid became associated with the metaphor of the pharaoh transformed into one of the sun's rays. The water was distributed based on the collective needs of the city.
His temples were usually located in caves. Eventually, volunteers began to enter the ring.
The Sphinx was once perceived as a favorable omen, and should thus never be engulfed by the sands of the desert.
If your family already owns Assassin's Creed Origins on console, then the Discovery Tour is a free download, so just make sure you check with your grown-ups on that one. However, you can get the expansion pack on PC as a standalone adventure rated PG. And there is so much to explore in this, isn't there, Rad?
Oh, so much! Just like the main game, the map is huge. Discovery Tour features over 70 different little tours, talking about different topics, like the construction of the pyramids or the life and death of Roman gladiators. There's so much to cover, and I will admit, at first I was a little bit intimidated. Thankfully, each tour is broken down into small, manageable increments, normally no longer than 10 minutes.
Welcome to the Islands of Pharos.
You begin your journey at the entrance to the great sprawling city of Alexandria.
The Great Walls of Alexandria had a humble beginning.
From there, your tour guide, a disembodied voice, leads you along a glowing path that takes you through the construction of the city. And it was as soon as I entered the city that I immediately stopped paying attention and started gawking instead. I've always loved the attention to detail Ubisoft puts into their environments. And if anything, that's even more noticeable here because you're intentionally meant to slow down and take in all the info.
Yeah, Discovery Tour is a combat and mission-free mode.
And gilded bronze.
So your focus is on exploring and learning about actual history.
As were several Roman emperors.
Although, that's a little hard to do at times. The narration switches between two different tour guides, but unfortunately, both of them suffer from monotone voice acting.
Gladiators were separated into heavy and light armored fighters, each with their own set of specific armor and weapons. Organizers often had two audience-favored factions face each other in combat.
Oh, wake up!
I was just resting my eyes.
Yeah, sure you were. And that's the problem with this. The narration is so sleepy at times that I found myself tuning out to what was being said.
Sometimes I couldn't even work out what was being said. The language used during the tours can be quite advanced, and a lot of the terminology used is never explained.
During his rule, Ptolemy I chose to merge Egyptian and Hellenic gods into a syncretic divinity named Serapis. This name was the result of the amalgamation of Osiris and Apis.
For older players, I don't think this will be too much of an issue, but I can see a lot of younger gamers getting a bit bored.
Don't forget, you can still use photo mode at any time.
I would have liked to see a more hands-on approach, maybe some puzzles to solve, but I did like that it wasn't all just walking from one spot to the next. Nothing says Assassin's Creed quite like climbing all over everything. Oh, hello.
Oh, it's such a thrill getting to climb through pyramids. Ooh, and the sphinxes.
Right? How awesome were they? I don't know why, but I found the aqueducts really interesting. Oh, and the River Nile, and the Library of Alexandria, and the Hippodrome. I have so much left to explore.
Oh, me too. It's important to remember this isn't exactly a game. It's more of an educational tool, and it's a really good one. I wish schools had more things like this. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I agree. It's there to teach, and teach it does. I had a really good time. I'm giving it 4 as well.